This is source number 2 for the informative or expository essay that we are writing about tobacco and e-cigarettes and how they impact teens of color. Now, to begin with, you should have 2 tabs open. Number 1 is the Google Doc that has to do with the writer's workshop. In this particular case is for the informative essay. That should be accessed through your drive, and if you don't know how to get to your drive, then go through your Gmail, your school Gmail and password. That will log you in. So let's begin. The very thing, if you need access to the link, it will be in Schoology, so you'll be able to get in there or in our bit.ly. So the 2 things that we want to take away from this video instruction is that you'll be using Notice and Note as a reading strategy to gather more notes and to select and use them by collecting them in this template in graphic organizer that is used to gather information or details so that you can construct, so that you can write and organize your essay. The second thing is that you want to be strategic, okay? You're going to select and write notes on the template, but also you have to look at the prompt. Always remember the prompt, explain. So the notes that you're looking for are details that will help you explain or teach or show anything that's related to the impact of tobacco and e-cigarettes that they have on teens of color. So look at the prompt. It says explain the impact tobacco and e-cigarettes have on teens of color. So any notes that you take should be helpful, should help you support, should help you teach or show what you know about the subject. And you have 4 sources that have been given plus an introductory video. And of all the sources, 3 of them happen to be from websites and an article, and 2 of them, including the introduction video, which is not counted as a source, but you can use it actually, is the 2 of them are videos from YouTube. So let's begin. I would try to do this really short because I don't want to go through the entire article. I need you to decide which signpost is applicable every time you read a paragraph or even a sentence. So let's begin with this. As you notice, the title is right here. Okay. The author in this case is listed. In source number 1, it was not listed, and it was posted at this time. Now, I've highlighted these words, and the reason why is because out of all the signposts, what comes to mind is the word gap. If you just read but don't try to find what the words mean, there may be some words that you don't know. What you do is you copy paste them and you go to dictionary.com or another dictionary and you look for them. Okay, it's not found. So socio-ecological, it's probably socio-ecological. So let me put that in there. Socio-ecological. There it is. Now social, it's social, so I can leave it out and just look for ecological. Okay, so if I put it together with social, it means society, but I would use this right here. So, but just to be sure, I would go ahead and type in what is, okay, there you go. What is socio-ecological or ecologic? I don't know if the article made a mistake by using that word, but here it is. Were developed for the understanding the dynamic relations among various personal environmental factors. Okay, this is the definition that I think would fit best what we're trying to read. So let me put that in here. So this would be a definition. So I would go ahead and write, if you notice, I'm already filling in the information on the right. Okay, there it is. So I will go ahead and take this word, socio-ecologic, there you go, and put that right next to it. There you go. And it's a definition. The next one is licensing. If you don't know what licensing is, please go to dictionary.com and look it up. It means a formal permission from a government or other constituted authority to do something. So a driver's license is a form of licensing. The county or the state allows you to drive in the state. So I would use this one, licensing, and I would type in the word. So notice that you have it in source number 2. You have 3 words. Okay, so I would put this one, licensing. And the definition would be right here, copy paste it. Then the other one is regulations. I would copy that and look for it and see what it means. Okay, regulation means a law, a rule, or other order prescribed by authority, especially to regulate conduct. Okay, yeah, that fits. So I would use that. Regulation, there you go. In kid-friendly definition, basically, it's a rule, things we have to follow, okay? I believe it was plural. Let me double check. Yep. Okay, so the definition is right there. Now, I need you to continue the process of writing, finding out what you can annotate, what you notice would be important. As you can see, I have 2 more that I think you should look into. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and shorten this video and stop around here because I've given you in that Google Doc signposts after maybe a paragraph or 2 so that you can stop and consider what you may be able to take notes of. In this case, the key points, you're gonna use contrasts and contradictions on anything here found on the left side under key points. Now, I don't want to take the notes for you, but I'm giving you some ideas on how to take some notes. Notice that at the bottom, because you have a lot of stats and numbers, I put the signpost here, but then I pose a question for you. Notice what information is relevant to answering the prompt or connected to you. That could be, again, going to an example or an anecdote. Now, if you see anything, look, middle school, does that relate to you if you're in 7th grade? The answer is yes. I would put that in there. Do you know someone among your classmates that has mentioned that they smoke? I would put that in there because your peer or your colleague, or not your colleague, but your classmate is no longer a statistic, but actually an actual example of a person that you know of. So now you're connecting life to the article and to the statistics, and you're making sense of it, not only from reading it, but also from connecting it to real life. So go ahead, and if you can think of an anecdote or something that is real, that's familiar to you, go ahead and put it in there. Unless, of course, if you know that writing it will get somebody in trouble, you can say, Instead of the name, you can say, I know someone, an adult or a minor or a seventh grader or an eighth grader, and you can refer to the person that way. So continue to read the article and follow the signpost. I'm not asking you to write full sentences, but if you do, it would make the writing process shorter. So this is source number 2. Follow along with the signpost. As you can see, they've been suggested for you, but if you can think of a signpost that would fit better than the one that I'm offering, that I'm suggesting, go ahead and use it and justify it by writing the details in your graphic organizer. And if you have any questions, please send me a message through Schoology and I will get back to you as soon as possible.